And good afternoon. It is finally time for Act 2 of episode Hersey, as well as the beginning of Guardian games inside of Destiny 2. How are you all doing? For those new here, this is the weekly update series where I go over all the core playlists and rotators, as well as the Bright Dust offerings in the Eververse store, and the seasonal challenges that happen each week. So feel free to like and subscribe to the channel and video so you can stay update on the future ongoings weekly in Destiny 2. With that said, I will be streaming in a little while over on Twitch. I'll have a link in the description below. So if you want to come check that out, feel free. And in the meantime, let's go ahead and dive in, shall we? Starting off with our core playlist. Why not? Alright, in the Vanguard Ops, the weekly Grandmaster this week is the Legend-style Battleground Cosmodrome, with the weapon being the new Lotus-Eater Void Rocket Sidearm. I'll have a link in the description below where you can check out the various roles for it so you can get that prepared. It is also double Nightfall rewards and double Vanguard rank, so you can get several copies of Lotus-Eater to make sure you get the right one, as well as increasing your rank so you can reset and hopefully get double perk columns on the weapon as well. Alright. Sadly, nothing going on in the Land Gambit. And then over in Crucible, we have Zone Control, Mayhem, and Showdown this week for our, I guess, rotating playlist inside Crucible. Alright. Beginning off with our raids, over in the Legend tab, we have the King's Fall. So it really fits in with the theme of this season, or episode. So if you haven't gotten any, English, if you haven't gotten any of the weapons crafted yet, good time to farm them out, as well as getting your hands on a Touch of Malice if you haven't done that either. Alright. We also then have the Vox Obscura Legend, exotic mission for the Dead Messenger grenade launcher. So if you want to get that, good time to get it. And then our first dungeon this week is the Prophecy. So it's an easy one to farm out, and if you do it solo, you get the fun rabbit ghost. Alright, our second raid and dungeon is the Garden of Salvation. So if you want to, get any of the new weapons from there crafted, feel free, as well as work toward finish getting the Divinity if you haven't gotten that yet. And then the second dungeon is the Pit of Heresy, where you get the Xenophage machine gun, if you would like to get that completed. And then our third dungeon, which I'm pretty sure is a mess up, is the Spire of the Watcher dungeon. So if you haven't gotten the hierarchy needs or its catalyst, which you can only get on Master, feel free to farm that out this week. Alright, over in the Pale Heart, the weekly co-op mission is the Descent. Don't forget, you need to have an ally with you so you can do it. Shoot a certain enemy on the front and back at the same time, as well as shoot to a node in the same areas at the same time. And then the current daily matchmade overthrow is up here in the blooming. So if you try and get a good roll on Ergo Sum, or even a better roll on your class item, good time to farm that out. Alright, over in the Dreaming City, the weekly Ascendant Challenge is over in the Bay of Drowned Wishes, being the Agronarch Abyss Ascendant Challenge. And keep in mind, this is also the weakest of the 3 weeks. Alright. Over on Neptune, starting off with our Terminal Overload over here in Ashma Park, and our daily Vex Incursion Zone being over here in Zephyr Concourse. And while we're here, our Lost Sector Rotation Guide begins over here in Hydroponics Delta, being over here. And then on on Wednesday, it'll be the Gilded Precept. On Thursday, it'll be the Thrilladome. On Friday, it's going to jump to the Pale Heart with the Broken Deep, followed by the Blooming Deep on Saturday, then Bunker E15 on Sunday, and ending with Perdition on Monday. So if there's any world drops you need to get, or farm some exotic engrams, good time to do that right now. Alright, next up, let's go ahead and go over our newest weekly quest, as well as any of the seasonal challenges, shall we? So first off, with being the first week of the Guardian Game event, we have the Best in Class. So starting off, just go speak with Eva and get that quest line started. Also, with the exotic mission, since we're now in Act 2, we are able to get the Moment of Clarity. So we'll be able to, progress past this step. And then lastly, with it being a new act, we have the Act 2 Rites of the Deep. Step 1 out of the gate, just go straight to the Court of Blades. So that should be interesting to see. And then for our seasonal challenges, for Week 6, we have Rites of the Deep Part 1. Complete Act 2, Part 1 of Rites of the Deep. Reticle Arsenal. Defeat combat with bow, final blows, bonus progress in Hersey, episode Hersey activities, or by defeating Guardians. If you look on DIM, it will tell you is a 10,000 kills, so very much recommend going into Pit of Heresy activities. Dreadnought Challengers. Defeat challengers in the Court of Blades activity. Rune Stealer. In Court of Blades, spend runes by buying powerful armaments to aid your fire team in battle. Special Ammo Slayer. Defeat combatants with special ammo, special weapons. Bonus progress for spending runes on the following purchases during the activity. Dark Execution, Paracausal, Bandolier, and Vanguard support. Court of Blades enhancements. Unlock runic enhancements for the Court of Blades activity at the Shaping Slab vendor, which is located in this last city. And then we have the Absolutely Stunning. Stun 50 champions. Very easy to do no matter what activity you're playing in. Then Void Focus. In any ritual activity, defeat targets with Void ability final blows. Earn bonus progress for defeating Guardians and for Void super final blows. And then lastly, the Trials that define us. Complete Crucible matches, earn bonus progress in Trials and for victories. So that is our 9 weekly seasonal challenges. With Act 2 only being 3 weeks, personally I recommend what I'll be doing is saving up weeks 6, 7, and 8 to cash in for the beginning of Act 3. What you do is completely up to you, but that's what I'll be personally doing and what I recommend. Alright, that is it for our Rotators and weekly challenges. Time to dive into Eververse Store. Just a reminder, once again, I only cover Bright Dust offerings, nothing used with silver, so it is all gettable. Alright, starting off with our front page of the store. You can tell this week we have a free, what is it called again? Hollow Chips. This time it's a winged. Sadly, we can't preview it in the store, so I do not know what it looks like at this time. We have the Exercise Cycle emote for Guardians who want to work out. We have the beloved Antique Sparrow. One day we'll get more skimmers. We have the Contender's Entrance Transmat effect. The Photo Finish shader. Reminder, this is the shader that everyone picks because it gives your armor RGB effects, as you can tell. And then we have the Rivalry Sand Black Sand shader. Alright, quickly on the event tab page, we have the newest armor set, Favor of Zeus set, for Warlocks. She says to the arc will be RGB as well. And then we have our previous sets like the Hawk's Fury Warlock, the Resolute Champion bundle, the Cunning of the Contender, which 2 of these sets look very good if you had SRL right now. And then lastly, the Contender Warlock. All the way back to 2021. Alright, that is it for the Bright Dust offerings for the event page. So let's go ahead and down to the Bright Dust page, starting off with the Represent emote. The Lunar Shoes emote. The Free Throw emote. Let's get the... I guess there is no basketball. The ℕ𝕚𝕚 ghost shell. The ℕ𝕚𝕚𝕚 sparrow. I know I butchered that name. The Stygian cursor ship. And the contestant projection. Okay, we then have the verdant chrome shader. The verdant crown shader. The rivalry white sand shader. The up for grabs shader. Then we have the spring fountain transmat effect. Then the reflections transmat effect. And lastly, the Ion Com Rasputin reboot transmat effect. Alright. That is it for week 6 and the beginning of Guardian Games. Hope you all have a wonderful week. Just a reminder, I'll be live over on Twitch around 4 p.m. Eastern Time this evening, playing through the entirety of Act 2 Part 1, as well as diving into quite a bit of the Guardian Games content and trying to finish out the rest of the Barra Dyad Catalyst questline. So if you want to come check it out or hang out, feel free. Hope to see you there. In the meantime, have a great week, and I'll see you. Goodbye.